Hey, what's up, everybody, man? I'm back again. This is your boy Karl with the AKA the Heart. And let me tell you something. If you enjoyed this video, man, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I really want to hear your feedback. I know I heard a lot of great feedback on my last video that I posted, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting me. Most importantly, thank you to my Lord and Savior, for waking me up every day. But today, a lot of people, a lot of people have been asking me what it's like to be living in Michigan. Why did I choose Michigan out of every single state in USA? Like, why did I live in New York? And so so what is like the difference between New York and Michigan? So in this video, I'm gonna give you like a little insight, the pros and cons about Michigan and the pros and cons about New York. And I will also tell y'all why did I chose Michigan, and why did I end up staying here instead of moving back home to New York. So, I'm gonna give you a little insight. So for a lot of you, stay tuned. And you know what? Thank you for keep supporting me, man. I love y'all. So a lot of people, ask me. I've been getting a lot of questions ever since I moved to Michigan. For a lot of reasons, I've been getting a lot of questions because everybody don't understand why I chose Michigan out of all the state. But let me get this straight with y'all. Let me be real with y'all. I'm gonna be in this video. I'm gonna be real transparent with y'all, and stay tuned. So let me tell you this. I moved here 4 years ago in Michigan, but moving here in Michigan wasn't by choice. So it wasn't like I wake up one day and say, yo, I'm going to Michigan. Get this straight. I didn't know anything about Michigan. I don't even know where Michigan was. The only thing I really know about Michigan is like the University of Michigan and Michigan State University. To be honest with you, I didn't know anything about Michigan. So I was home back in New York, and I was, trying to figure out like, hey, where am I gonna play my last year of college football? My last year, because I had 1 year of eligibility left. So I was like, damn, I really want to play ball. And I was talking to my family, telling them like, yo, I really want to play ball. So like, where do I don't know. I didn't know. And then out of the blue, like, one of the coaches at Davenport University is located in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So he hit me up, like, it was late at night. So he hit me up and said, yo, do you still want to play ball? So I was like, yeah. And it's crazy because I wasn't even thinking about Davenport out of all the school. I wanted, because I had just came from being in Mississippi Valley State University. So it's crazy because I left Mississippi Valley State and I didn't want to leave, but I had no other option, so I ended up like transfer out. So a lot of people don't understand why. A lot of people say, why did you leave a D1 school and ended up in D2? I guess everything happened for a reason. Like, sometimes you don't control what happened, you just do it. So my thing is, when I moved here, when I got the call, so I was like, you know what? It's an opportunity for me to get my career again, like, you know, play football, doing something that I love. That yeah, so I was like, you know what? Why not? So I had called. I told the coach, my linebacker coach at that time was Coach Walker, at Davenport. So I told him, you know what? I appreciate the opportunity, and let me think about it. Let me think about it over with my family or whatever. Let me pray about it, because I always put God first. So, and before everything I do. So I pray about it, and God give me a good answer. So I called my coach Walker. I told Coach Walker, I'm like, you know what? Hey, I'm definitely going. I'm coming here. You know, it's hey, I'm coming to Michigan. So at that point, I committed to Davenport University. Yeah, so I committed. So I was 100% committed to them. So at that point, so I was like, you know, I'm coming to Michigan. So that's when, at that point, I started doing my research about Michigan, and actually I didn't know anything about Grand Rapids. So let me get this straight. Let me tell y'all this right now. A lot of you guys that don't live in Michigan, when y'all talking about Michigan, Michigan is not only Detroit. So in Michigan, there's plenty of city in Michigan. There's Grand Rapids, there's Holland, there's Lansing, there's Allendale, Michigan, there's Flint, Michigan, there's Detroit, there's like Novi, Michigan. There's plenty of little cities in Michigan. So sometimes I don't like when people automatically tell me like, oh, you live in Detroit, just because I live in Michigan. So there's Saginaw, there's plenty of area that in Michigan that people don't know about, that I feel like we should do your research. You guys should do your research. So let me get back on track. So when I moved here in Michigan, in Grand Rapids, let me clarify this. To be honest with you, I didn't know what to expect, you know, because I came because in New York City, you get everything. You get like everything open 24 hours. You know, there's like public transportation, like there's train, there's buses, there's Uber, there's taxi, there's everything you need. Like there's bodega. So let me tell y'all, a bodega is called it's a corner store. So for a lot of you guys watching my video that don't know what a bodega is, it's a corner store. So that you see in Michigan, I mean in New York. So I'm like a dude that came from New York and moving to Michigan, where Michigan is kind of like country, that I didn't know nothing about. Michigan is like, you don't get things closed, everything's closed early in Michigan, and you don't get the public transportation everywhere in Michigan unless you like in really, really downtown, so you can get everything you need. So it was a culture shock a little bit. But for me, I wouldn't say it was a culture shock, because I had lived in Mississippi, where Mississippi was like I was in the middle of nowhere. It wasn't a small town, Urbana, Mississippi. So I kind of used to being in the country. I kind of used to be in a state that I don't get everything I need. Everything is far. So coming to Michigan, you definitely need a car to move around. Like literally, I'm gonna tell you, once you leave New York, you move out of New York, everywhere you go, you're gonna need a car to move around. That's the one thing people don't understand. And I feel like people always expect whenever they move out of New York, they're gonna get New York everywhere. No, you're not gonna find store that's open 24 hours. You're not gonna find places that's like, you know, open, and places that's close by. You're not gonna find bodega or corner store like New York. You're not gonna find that once you move out of New York. But my thing is, it's like, when I moved here, so after my last year of college and whatever, So I ended up like, I had two choices, whether to stay here or whether to move back. So my thing is, so when I put my pros and cons about being here, the pros outweigh the cons, because it's like in Michigan, it's there's a affordable, the rent is affordable, so the cost of living is affordable, and there's a lot of resources here, and it's a state. There's a lot of things to do here that people don't know. For a lot of people that's watching my video, I'm gonna say this to y'all: if you have kids and you want to move to Michigan, it's a great state for kids here, and it kind of keep you. There's not a lot of distraction here. There's not a lot of distraction, and on top of that, it's a state that there's a lot of resources for women and kids here. So, and there's a lot of festival here. There's a lot of outdoor activities here that if you're interested like in outdoor activities, you could always like find this stuff here. But if you looking for things that open 24/7, you're not gonna find it here in Michigan. So that's the pros about being in Michigan. Things open, there's outdoor activities, there's a lot of festivals, there's a lot of it's a lot of resources for women and kids, and the state really take care of you in a way, and there's a lot of it's affordable living. And but the cons about Michigan, I'm gonna say this to y'all: a lot of you guys, if you don't like being in the cold weather, don't come here. If you don't like being in a state that it snows every day, then Michigan is not the state for you. If you don't like, because in the winter we get brutal winters, like it snows every day here, literally. It be literally cold. It's colder, from my experience here in New York. It's colder in Michigan than New York, because Michigan, we're in the Midwest. And we're kind of like so I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So we're like in Michigan is like 4 or 5 hours away from Canada. So everything that Canada gets, like the weather, we get that. Like it snows a lot. It snows a lot here that people wouldn't think that, because you think, oh yeah, it's not cold here. No, it's cold as hell, like in Michigan. But my thing is, I love being in the cold. I love the cold. I'm not even gonna lie. I love being in the cold. Like the weather is not an issue for me. But for a lot of people that don't like the being in the cold weather, but Michigan is not the place for you. So, in New York, so New York is like, the pros about being in New York is everything open 24 hours. If you live in New York City, is you get you get like things that open everything at 24 hours. You don't even need a car in New York City, because you get affordable. I mean, you get transportation like easy, because there's a train that runs every 2-3 minutes. There's buses that goes everywhere in New York City that you could, and there's a lot to do there's a lot of opportunities in New York. If you like a businessman type stuff, like there's a lot of opportunities for you in New York. But the cons about New York is everything is expensive. New York City, the cost of living is high. So sometimes if you live in New York City, rent could go up to $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month. So if you're not the type of person that cannot afford rent like that, and don't move to New York, because it's expensive, and it's in New York City, it get hectic. It's a lot of people in New York City. Being around a lot of people could give you anxiety if you don't like being around a bunch of people. the population is a lot in New York City, and you can get a lot in New York City. But that's the cons about being in New York, like, you know. And if you don't, you know, it's just like, okay, New York City is like, it gets dirty in New York City. That's the cons. I'm gonna tell you this. It's true that in New York City you could see a rat like in a subway. Big, excuse my language, it's big ass rat in New York City. It is true. You see that in New York City. If you're not the type to handle the stuff, don't move to New York City. I don't know if you're hearing me, please. But that's the difference really between New York and Michigan. But the real question a lot of people been asking me, since I'm a city guy, why did I end up staying? Why did I choose to stay in Michigan instead of, like, you know, go back home? Because I'm a city guy. Because Michigan is kind of like country. It's not the city that everybody would expect. My answer to y'all, so the reason why I end up staying here, because the cost of living is cheap. I'd rather be, and then it gave me better, it's less distraction. Like, you know, it gave me better opportunity to, like, focus on what I want in life. Like, you know, especially opening my business and stuff like that. It gave me less distraction to focus on opening my business. So my answer to y'all is that's the reason why I ended up staying in Michigan, and I ended up not moving to New York. But I'm still a New Yorker at heart. So if everybody asks, I'm still a New Yorker at heart. Don't get it twisted. I'm still a New Yorker at heart. So I'm gonna say this to y'all, man. Just because I live in Michigan, that doesn't mean like I forget about just because I live in Michigan, that doesn't mean that I forget about New York. Nah, I'm still a New Yorker at heart. So I'm gonna tell y'all this. If y'all want to know more about the differences between New York and Michigan, drop a comment below, and with all y'all question, and I will answer y'all. I will answer to you in another video. Drop your comment, and I'll be happy to answer any. I'll be happy to answer any question y'all have about New York and Michigan. I'll be happy to do it because, you know, I'm here for you guys. All right, let me know whatever. Let me know anything y'all want to hear, y'all want to see. Any question y'all have about Michigan and New York, drop the comment below. Comment, and, you know, subscribe to my channel for more videos. Subscribe, like, and again, I want to hear y'all feedback about this one. Please let me know any question y'all have. Please let me know. Hey, if you enjoyed that video, you know what to do. Let's get it. If you enjoy watching this video, make sure you comment, subscribe, like. I want to hear all your feedback. You know, that's downtown Michigan. You know, if you enjoy it, let me know what you think about my videos. Let me know what you think, and I want to hear all your feedback. And let me know what else you want to see next. Please let me know. Please, you know what? Let's get it.